Hello everyone, my name is John and welcome to the first video of this channel, Creativity Flow. And again, because I had made another channel with this name, but this is not important. Well, here I'm going to test some new plugins I have just downloaded for KeyVR Audio, a kind of online shopping or marketplace. They have a bunch of plugins. And here I just download some freebies and I'm gonna test some of the quality of the plugins or the sounding and try to make something creative to just be a better producer in the future. So this is the melody. I'm gonna to test all the sounds. So first of all, I have this very simple synthesizer here. We have 4 oscillators and I'm just with 2 of them active and with 4 LFOs, so we can see that we can change the wave here and make a noise too. Also we can change the volume, the pan. Well, this is volume because here is the like mix out, which are also the volume, I think. Well, also we have here an envelope, the LFO I have set. We can choose a shape, we can choose amount, ratio. Here we have some combi distortion from this developer, Yuho. Actually, I've downloaded a lot of his plugins. This is for testing because I found them very creative. And for those who are wonder why my window looks this way, it's just a Linux extension here. I'm using Linux Mint. So I have this extension Conpiece, Windows Effect, and also I have this burn my window, which makes the you can choose what kind of transition the window are going to make. Okay, and here we have this manifold sigma, which is a delay, but is like almost a kind of eternal delay of really long duration that I could not find a way to just stop it, so I made up an automation. No problem though, but it's something like that. I'm not gonna probably use it a lot, or maybe I'm gonna to use it a lot. I don't know actually, because it sounds like very, very good. And green the box from signal perspective, and this developer here, I like it very much, the delay of them, but the distortion also is very good. I like it a lot. Okay, so let's give a play here, how it sounds. So let's try to figure out what these effects are doing to the sound. This is the sound without the effects. It's just like 2 kinds of wave with different modulations. Let's hear with comb distortion here. The comb distortion of Yuho, I just like changed something with AM and FM, but I don't know, just made the sound a bit more dirty, I would say, in the high end. But with the manifold sigma, it became very cool. And also one more distortion here, which cuts a bit of the high-end frequencies, and the sounding becomes really good, I think. I like it. Very reflexive maybe. I'm gonna say that Vito is like the most powerful synthesizers I have seen in comparison with the other ones I've tested included in this video. So it's gonna sound like this. Basically, so let's give a play here with the effects. Also, I would say kind of reflexive, and give a look of what each sound is doing. Here we have Trailbender, which is a delay, okay, with a bit of feedback, 175.5 ms. Just an EQ here. This is the same developer than the Manifold Sigma, but this reverb also is like easier to just stop it. Okay, whoa, very beautiful sounding, isn't it? I like it very much. And here we have another plugin of distortion. This one I made it with saw, basically sawtooth wave, inverted one, and just applied a bit of distortion. You can check like here the amount of the modulation. Here is like right, and that's it. I'm not sure what kind of modulation this is changing. Probably the frequency here, and this the amount of distortion, but I'm not sure. And here we have these different types of distortion here. Okay, also the low pass frequency tone is also where it's going to apply the effect, probably. This cap, I don't know what's cap, let's see. Cabinet tone simulation. I'm not sure what it is actually, but it sounds very interesting for me. Well, wet level, dry wet, also very normal. And that's it. I'm gonna also test something. I'm gonna to load one of the signs. Okay, I'm gonna to load the level of the sign here. It becomes a little more scary, I would say. Maybe without this plugin, the sounds becomes a little more clean, probably. Okay, this was the second chamber. So let's go to the next one, third one. So also from Vital, the main things, and we have just a few effects here. Just this Modman from Unplugged. I like a lot of another plugin of them, which is Magic Carpet. It's a very interesting plugin, really very interesting delay. You are going to see it later on, actually to hear it, and also see, because it's very beautiful plugin too. Okay, just for a test without the effects. So here we have this Modman. It's not doing something very significant here, because there is small change to do. It has a lot of change. Let's test it with the drift for you to hear. Look at this. It's very unlinear, but it's a very interesting plugin to test. And we have this plasma here. Make some the things sharper. Let's try to add a filter too. What kind of filter? I want to use this filter. I think it's a very interesting filter. It's also the new plugin I have just downloaded. Maybe the drive. Strange. Okay. But it becomes better with the filter, I think. So the other one is very chaotic test I've made. I tried to make a very high sound because I wanted to test if I could do this sound well. So this is with reverb. I'm using this Italian Verb. It's a plugin I like to use. And these basically delay and saturation. Okay, this sounds really bad. So let's go to the next one. And now Vital. Okay, you are hearing also the effects. Which I'm looking here is just the delay, really. It's not doing so much. It was just a slight test. Next one. So this one I made it differently because I try to use pan reverb here with a slight different amount of time. I don't think it worked really well, but it's not also bad. Here I use this saturation distortion here, which was a plugin that I like because it's very objective, to the point. So I like it to use it. And here's the wave or the synth I'm using, which is this sync soul synth of Yuho. I found his plugins very difficult to use, very hard to use, but I've seen a lot of potential on them, so I'm gonna to use them anyways. And here the EQ to make the sound better, of course. So let's play it. Maybe it could be better with a little reverb. So we're going to put it in this reverb here. Very interesting sound, isn't it? Very brass sound, trumpet maybe, because it's a south synth. Okay, good enough. Next one. Very interesting and introspective sound. Also the UHU stuff. Cubic pad synth. A slight change you do here makes a big difference, but I'm gonna to add here a cubic synth for you to hear the difference of the default values and what I made. Just quickly. Okay, this one is the default values. so you can hear that my configurator here makes the sound more sweet. And let's just give a look into the effects it has. So we are using these filters, pitch shift delay, and magic carpet that I said that we were about to give a look to it. Okay, very beautiful looking this plugin has. Well, let's just unactivate each of them to hear the difference. So we have the filter, which makes the sound more sweet, and pitch shift delay, it makes it sound a bit more retro, I'd say. Magic carpet, because it's a kind of delay, so you have a lot of delays here. This is the left, actually the right side of the ear. This is the left side of the ear, and this is the center. Here's dry wet and feedback. I just maximize the value here. And we have also this beat crusher. I bypassed it because it was just making the sound dirty. Like, doesn't have a good difference for it, but okay. Also, this filter with this modulation is actually working. The other one could have been working too, but it could be like hard to hear because of the modulation of the tone. But okay, and just a little bit of EQing for it. The difference with or without the filter. So the last one. So I made a sign a bit more lower than what I was going to test, because also I made a kind of very smooth delay here. Okay, and here we have these plugins here: Magic Carpet, Beat Crusher, Saturation, EQ, and Reverb. So let's give a play. Increase the level. Very interesting, isn't it? So let's bypass the effects just to hear it. It's just a very slight pluck. And here we have Magic Carpet. Make it vibrate. Beat Crusher. It increases the height of it, but I don't think it makes like a big difference for our sound in the lower frequencies. Saturation make it sound louder and better. Here cutting the high frequencies of the tone and a little reverb. So my friends, thank you all for watching this video. I hope you have a good day and a good night if you are watching this video in the night. Well, see you.